So Anele, welcome and thank you for taking a few minutes out of your busy time. There is so many direction you can take your career. You can get lost as well. Do you agree?
Totally. I'm kind of lost as well with my job already. I was like, oh, you want me to learn this, but I know this. It's like, yeah, that's just a tipping point. Now you need to move up now into this to get
Mhm.
more into the advanced stages of it.
Yeah.
And again, yeah, just going through this 7-month program of Yellowtail was like an eye opener. It's like beginner was like, oh, okay, Linux. Oh, yeah, yeah. But then once you get more knowledge and know what you're doing, and then you step into the real world, and like,
Yep.
oh, you're just like,
Yeah. So that's why you agree with me, Anele, that you need the discipline. You need to discipline your career, discipline your learning, where you focusing your time in terms of taking your career. Because a lot of people don't realize there's a difference between your career and what your job needs. Your job wants you to learn a lot of things. What are you committed to becoming in your career? You need to understand the difference and be committed. Yes, committed to delivering what the job needs, but commit to your career. Commit to going deep into a very particular area so you don't get lost and get distracted too easily, you know?
yeah.
But tell us a little more. In the meantime, Anele, how did you come about finding Yellowtail and how did you decide, most importantly? Because there's a million options out there.
Yeah,
How did
there
you
is.
decide on Yellowtail? Tell us that
There's,
story.
I should say, actually, no background within IT. So my whole background was actually based into entertainment. So I did circus for plus minus 15 years. I traveled the world as a performer, hanged up my tights 12 years ago, then decided to join Cirque du Soleil and work backstage, rigging technician out in Las Vegas, you know. And then something just hit me and it's like, hey, entertainment won't always be there. Entertainment needs people to entertain. You need a crowd to entertain, to bring in money. So it was at that point when I decided, okay, let me try and do something else. Join the Air Force Reserves. Air Force Reserves, I went into civil engineering. And then, lucky enough, they're like, hey, how about you try stuff in computers and cyber within Air Force? I tried that, and then I decided I like it a little. I liked it. I went into college and took college courses where I went for Linux Plus, Introduction to Linux, Introduction Information System, Network Plus, Security Plus. And then it hit me as like, this will take for about 2 years to
Mhm,
get associate degree or 4 years to get a computer science degree.
mhm.
And then I started looking out to boot camps, what's out there. And then I saw boot camps going, oh, do this for 7 days and it's going to cost you $7,000. I'm like, yep, no, that's not for me. Oh, do this Linux hardcore boot camp for 3 days and it costs you 2,800. Yep, no, that's not for me. uh Moving on forward, moved from Las Vegas to Minnesota, and then it popped up on my Instagram, Yellowtail. I was like, what is this? I had my doubts. I was like, why is it okay? Well, okay, Yellowtail, okay, let's give it a shot. And then I had my first interview with Juby, and he explained everything. You just had to come in with that open mind. And then within the first month, I was like, okay, okay, I see this, I see this. This is new to me, just coming. But again, I had to put the extra hours apart from what was being taught to me in the
Mhm.
class. You know, you only get like your 2 to 3 hours. No, what's it? 2 hours on, what was it, Mondays and Wednesdays. And then, lucky
Yeah.
enough for me, we decided to open a group on Saturdays to meet up, which
Mhm.
was extra on top of that. And so, I guess with Linux, you have to be willing to do outside research of
Yes.
the class,
Yes.
because if you don't, you only have that information in class, and when you have to figure things out for yourself, which is what IT is.
But Anele, tell me, what do you see? How do you see your career in the next 2 years? Tell me, play out your career for me from what you see right now.
Keep growing with Avature and Cloud Engineer. Uh, try and switch careers within the Air Force and move into cybersecurity,
Mhm.
grow that, and then shoot for Red Hat system engineer and become
Okay.
that, and then move into DevOps.
Okay. But what cloud platform do you mostly use now?
Oh, and our company uses AWS.
Okay. Exclusively.
So exclusively. So now everything I have to, it's AWS, and I didn't have background in AWS. I watch videos on my own, study on my own. So again, this is stuff you have to do research on your own. Your company goes, hey, here are some videos we can offer you. We can pay for you to go, but before you go, do these things. So on
Yeah.
my own, I have to sit on my PC and go, oh, what is this? How does this work? Do my own research.
Yes, yes. And Boris asked for resume, did you do it yourself or did Yellowtail help you build your resume?
So it was more of, I like to say 70-30, 70% my input, 30% with Yellowtail. You bring in the resume and it gets ironed out on what is
Yes,
needed and what should be there and what should not be there. And then, of course, what you put on there is you have to be able to defend.
yes. And let me tell you what, it was the other way around, by the way. It was 70-30 on it was 70% on our end. But we realized if you're not part of the process of building your resume, you can't own something you didn't build, Anele.
Mhm.
So we actually purposely try to commit you to building your own resume, and we help you critique it and improve it and iron it out. Because what used to happen, Anele, you build a resume for a guy, he doesn't even care about reviewing the resume to the point where he doesn't even know what's in his own resume. I've seen
Yeah.
that multiple times where the guy goes to an interview and they ask him about something. He's like, well, I don't know about this concept, but you have it in your resume.
Mhm.
So how do you not know what's in your resume? So to answer your question, Boris, it's 70-30. You bring your resume, we show you, we give you workshop. Now we've improved how we help you with your resume. You get more resources, but we commit you to learning how to build your own resume for multiple reasons. First, so you can own your own resume. Second, so you can keep improving your own resume after that first job, because you're gonna need to keep on refining and ironing out your resume. A resume is a living document. It's always improving and changing. And a lot of people don't realize you can tweak your resume differently for different positions. So in 2 years, you might want to tweak your resume about what knowledge or task you highlight according to what you're trying to be relevant for. You see? So it's very much a skill. Resume building is a skill like any other skill that you need to know about.
What I got out of Yellowtail was the fact that I felt confident to go and take the Red Hat certification. You know, there's other places where they'll say, okay, here's a 3-day course, you learn Linux. And then they'll just teach you maybe one level of Linux. But then there's so many more things you have to learn. You have to learn how to break into Linux without knowing the password, how to chill root into it. This is stuff you learn. I learned from Yellowtail. How to switch from one server to the next server. I think I learned from Yellowtail things that lingo I didn't know about Yellowtail, or
Mhm,
I should say Linux, is what I got from it. And then out of that, I got classmates who I still stay in connection with. I have David, who is the teacher now, and
mhm.
I used to bug him with questions of certain things pertaining to resume, pertaining to interviews, and then going to one of the other guys named Ahmad, going, how's your job going? What skill have you learned this time? What skill are you moving up to? You know, it gave me that background of I always have people who I can reach out to in case there's something I do not know or feel comfortable with.